Okay, thank you very much. And now we're very happy to welcome Erin Lyman, who is the Community Engagement Manager at the Arts Council for Monterey County, who's here to make a presentation about grants that are available to artists in this community. So, Erin, when you are ready, thank you so much for being here.
Hello, and thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you giving me the time. My name is Erin Lyman, and as Colleen mentioned, I am the Community Engagement Manager at the Arts Council for Monterey County. And the Arts Council for Monterey County has been around for 40 years this year, and we've gone through a couple name changes. So that is the correct one, but we've also shortened it now to Arts for MC. So just to help people find us a little better. And the mission of the Arts Council for Monterey County is to improve the quality of the life for everyone in our region through the arts. And one of the many things that we do is we provide enriching visual and performing arts education programs. We provide specialized arts as healing programs and funding and support for local artists, art nonprofits, and cultural organizations, which is what I'm going to be talking to you further about today. We are also the state and local partner for the California Arts Council. So due to that SLP designation and also to the hard work of our directors with local foundations, we apply for and get grants that we re-grant out to all of the districts in our county. So the granting opportunities that are available in 2021 and 2022 through our platform. Start with the community arts grants. Here is a picture from Aerial Theatrical, one of our grantees. Community arts grants, they are available to Monterey County-based nonprofit organizations seeking support for public arts and culture projects and programs up to $5,000 per year. For this particular grant cycle, the maximum organizational budget is $250,000. The grant and program must be completed within Monterey County within 1 year of the grant award. Each organization can get one grant per year, and they must complete the previous grant's final report before applying for a new one. An applicant without nonprofit status, a 501c3 designation, may use a fiscal sponsor. And though you may use any fiscal sponsor that works under a 501c3 designation, we suggest use the California-based Action Council. Or, and I really want to stress this, you can collaborate with a nonprofit that can act as a fiscal sponsor. So if you are an artist or a teaching artist or a place with a venue that wants to hold an art program, you can collaborate with a nonprofit, and there are many nonprofits in our area, and then you can apply for the grant under their nonprofit status, and you would work for them as if they were your fiscal sponsor. So I'm all about collaborate and partner with those that can help make this happen. And the funding for the community arts grants is provided by the David and Lucille Packard Foundation. The review process, our grants are awarded on a first come, first serve until funds are expended. So please don't wait until the last day. And I really want to stress this, that the Arts Council appoints panels so that the staff and the board are not responsible for actually giving the money out or dividing it up. There's a panel appointed for every grant cycle with at least 5 community members that have diverse perspectives and also represent all of the county's districts to review the application so that everyone hopefully gets a fair read by having their district represented as well. The highest scoring grant applications will be complete and accurate, attaching only the required documents. So again, you don't need 12 documents that just mention you once. You only need that one that really states that you're a viable organization or you have a viable program. Also, too, the overall strength of the organization, including evidence of the community support and leadership, the quality of the program or project, including the qualifications of the personnel, the scope of service, and the potential impact on the Monterey County residents. So bonus points if you have really evidence of unique contributions to our region. The second granting process that I'm going to talk about is our Arts and Cultural Impact Grants. And that was a Chispa Housing guitar class. Photo there. And then the Arts and Cultural Impact Grants doesn't have a budgetary limit, but it's also available to nonprofit organizations or fiscally sponsored organizations seeking support for public art and culture projects or programs up to $5,000 a year. There's 2 grant cycles for this program, spring and fall. And again, 1 grant per year per organization, and you must complete the grant's final report before submitting a new application. And the Arts and Cultural Impact Grant funding is provided by the County of Monterey. Some restrictions for the Arts and Cultural Impact is that you can work with a university or a college as a fiscal sponsor, but they can only provide 1 arts program per year. And grants may not be applied toward support of political or religious purposes, fundraisers for other organizations, capital improvements, the purchase of equipment, property, projects that are either completed, etc. So, granting can seem a little overwhelming, especially if you haven't done it before. And recently, the Arts Council moved over to a wonderful granting software called Fondant. And Fondant is great because you can create a username and password for free, and you can go in and you can save and edit and draft as many times as you need until you're ready to submit. Also, too, it shows you with red asterisks exactly what's required. So you cannot pass go, you cannot collect $200, you cannot move on to the next phase of the granting application until you complete these, the red asterisks at the very least. And nothing that you wouldn't expect. Nonprofit status, they ask you about the board of directors, the scope of the program, budget explanation. All in all, it's a 3.5-page application. So not only can you start it and work on it at any time during the grant cycle, but if it's not complete, it will get sent back to you. Clara Hickmanova, who works directly with the granting, will get back to you. She'll talk you through it, we'll help you get it done. But Fondant is a beautiful new software that we're using to make it streamlined and simple and less daunting for everyone. Ooh. Uh-oh. I put it to sleep. Oh, good job, Trish. All right, another valuable resource that we've put together, many of you may know Arlene Krebs. She's worked with writing grants in our community for quite a while and was the board president for the Arts Council for many years. We have created a resource with her, a tutorial on grant writing. It's broken into 3 segments, a how-to, if you've maybe never written a grant before, a how to complete the Arts Council grant, specifically talking about our granting process, and then the last one, grant information reuse, recycle, reapply. Hopefully, you'll be applying for more money. This won't be your first time. You don't have to reinvent the wheel every time. And she talks about how you can use what you've already done for your future funding requests. You can watch all 3. They're on our YouTube, they're on our website, they're available to you, and they're also translated with Spanish subtitles. So, what other funding do we have that's not necessarily organization-based? We have our local emerging artists program, and that's lovingly called LEAP. And this is one of our female videographers for a couple years ago. In the local emerging artist program, emerging doesn't necessarily mean young. It just means that you're in the early stages of your career. So this program provides a financial stipend of up to $2,500 to selected artists in early stages of their career who demonstrate that this support will make a big impact on their work and on our community. We were able to give 5 stipends of $2,500 in 2021, and our next grant cycle opens in spring of 2022. So if you know any local emerging artists that have an idea that a grant could help launch them into the next phase, this would be a great grant program for them. And some other funding, again, being a state and local partner for the California Arts Council, being connected with other local funders. We do sometimes get funding that is for individual artists, for operating costs, for unrestricted funds. The Creatives Relief Fund in 2021 we were able to give that out in a couple cycles. And basically, you just had to answer yes to 4 questions. Do you live in Monterey County? Are you 21 years or older? Are you a practicing artist that's experiencing dire financial need? Yes, 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 yes. Money. It was great. And that funding was provided to us by the Community Foundation of Monterey County. And I just bring that up because, again, like our MC Gives campaign, we were able to give 2 years in a row scholarships to high schoolers who wanted to pursue arts education and their higher education. So 2 years of high school scholarships, that was great. Just stick with us, stay in touch. If you want to learn more about our grants, you can go to our website, arts4mc.org/grants, but I would sign up for our newsletter. We do bi-weekly newsletter, and also you can follow us on social media at Arts4MC. And we do give posts and updates about upcoming funding, whether it's part of our normal cycles or whether it's new and interesting funding, like I mentioned at the end. Clara Hickmanova and I are both available. Clara is the Grants and Exhibitions Coordinator. Many of you have written grants for us, and she will work with you to help get it done. And then you can always reach out to myself, Erin Lyman, the Community Manager, and those are our emails. Clara@arts4mc.org or Erin@arts4mc.org. And my goal as the Community Engagement Manager is just to bring this knowledge to you all, and hopefully you can bring it to your communities. We know that during the last year and a half during COVID, some of the nonprofits, the arts organizations have shuttered. So we're trying to reconnect. We're trying to find people that maybe don't know about us yet. Other small nonprofits or arts organizations or artists that qualify for this funding so we can get it to them. So that's it for me. If anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
I just want to thank the Arts Council for Monterey County. It's because of them I've seen many programs flourish and many kids provided with materials. So kudos, my hat goes up to the Arts Council. Thank you very much for all the support in our community.
Thank you. And hopefully we'll find more people to support. So thank you very much.